Have you ever felt like you don't quite belong here? Like you're a piece of a puzzle that just doesn't fit? You might be a starseed. And if so, you're likely experiencing a profound awakening. In this video, we'll explore 7 key mental shifts that often accompany the starseed awakening process, helping you find clarity and purpose on your unique journey. The concept of starseeds has roots in various spiritual and metaphysical traditions. Theosophy, a philosophical system established in the late 19th century, introduced the idea of souls evolving through multiple lifetimes and across different planets. This laid some groundwork for later starseed beliefs. Key figures like Helena Blavatsky, one of the founders of Theosophy, explored concepts of cosmic evolution and the interconnectedness of all beings, ideas that would later resonate with starseed communities. The concept gained further traction in the New Age movement of the 1970s and 80s, with authors like Brad Steiger popularizing the term Starseed in his 1976 book, Gods of Aquarius. Steiger described starseeds as individuals whose souls originated on other planets or star systems, and who have incarnated on Earth to assist humanity's evolution. Other authors such as Dolores Cannon contributed to the starseed narrative through her work in regressive hypnosis, claiming to uncover past life memories of individuals who had lived on other planets. These modern interpretations draw heavily from ancient wisdom traditions found across various cultures. Indigenous cosmologies often speak of star people or beings from other realms who seeded life on Earth or continue to interact with humanity. For example, many Native American tribes have stories of star ancestors who came to Earth to teach them important skills and knowledge. Similarly, certain African spiritual traditions include beliefs about ancestral spirits originating from different constellations. The Vedas, ancient Hindu scriptures, also contain descriptions of celestial beings and interactions between gods and humans, hinting at a cosmic dimension beyond our immediate reality. The first mental shift we'll discuss is a deepening sense of empathy and compassion. Starseeds often feel an overwhelming connection to the suffering of others, whether it's human suffering, animal suffering, or the suffering of the planet itself. This isn't just a casual feeling of sadness. It's a profound, visceral experience of feeling the pain of others as if it were your own. You might find yourself deeply affected by news stories about environmental disasters, social injustice, or animal cruelty. This heightened empathy can be both a gift and a challenge. On one hand, it fuels your desire to make a positive difference in the world. On the other hand, it can lead to overwhelm, anxiety, and even depression if you don't learn how to manage it effectively. One starseed, Sarah, described her experience this way: "Before my awakening, I was mostly focused on my own life and my own problems. But as I started to awaken, I suddenly became aware of all the suffering in the world. I couldn't ignore it anymore. It was like a constant weight on my heart." Sarah found that practicing mindfulness and setting healthy boundaries helped her to manage her empathy and avoid burnout. She also channeled her compassion into volunteering at a local animal shelter and advocating for environmental causes. The second shift is a growing disillusionment with mainstream society. Starseeds often feel like they don't quite fit into the values and priorities of the modern world. They may question the emphasis on materialism, competition, and superficiality, and feel a longing for something more authentic and meaningful. This disillusionment can manifest in various ways. You might lose interest in your career, your social life, or even your hobbies. You might start to question the authority of institutions like government, media, and education. You might feel a sense of alienation and isolation, as if you're living in a world that's out of sync with your true self. David, a starseed who worked in the corporate world, shared his experience. "I used to be driven by ambition and the desire to climb the corporate ladder. But as I awakened, I realized that none of that mattered to me anymore. I saw how much emphasis was placed on profit and power, and how little attention was paid to people in the planet. I felt like I was selling my soul." David eventually left his corporate job and started his own business focused on sustainable living and conscious business practices. He found that aligning his work with his values brought him a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose. The third mental shift is an increased interest in spirituality, metaphysics, and esoteric knowledge. Starseeds often feel a natural affinity for topics like astrology, numerology, energy healing, meditation, and ancient wisdom traditions. They may find themselves drawn to books, websites, and communities that explore these subjects. This interest isn't just a passing fad. It's a deep-seated yearning to understand the mysteries of the universe and their place within it. You might find yourself spending hours researching different spiritual practices, experimenting with meditation techniques, or attending workshops on energy healing. You might also start to notice synchronicities and meaningful coincidences in your life, as if the universe is guiding you on your path. Maria, a starseed who had always been skeptical of spirituality, described her transformation. I used to think that spirituality was just a bunch of nonsense. But as I awakened, I started to have experiences that I couldn't explain logically. I started seeing repeating numbers, having vivid dreams, and feeling a strong connection to nature. I realized that there was something more to reality than what I had been taught. Maria began studying astrology and numerology and found that these systems provided her with a framework for understanding her life's purpose and her unique gifts. The fourth shift is a heightened sensitivity to energy. Starseeds often have a strong intuition and an ability to sense subtle energies in their environment. They may be sensitive to electromagnetic fields, chemicals, and other environmental toxins. They may also be able to perceive the energy fields of other people, animals, and plants. This sensitivity can be both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it allows you to make more informed decisions about your health, your relationships, and your environment. On the other hand, it can lead to overwhelm, anxiety, and even physical symptoms like headaches, fatigue, and digestive issues. John, a starseed who worked as a teacher, shared his experience. I always knew that I was more sensitive than other people. I could feel when someone was lying to me, or when there was tension in a room. But as I awakened, my sensitivity became even stronger. I started to feel drained and exhausted after being around large groups of people, and I had to be very careful about what I ate and what I put on my skin. John learned to protect his energy by practicing grounding techniques, spending time in nature, and limiting his exposure to electronic devices. He also started using energy healing modalities like Reiki to balance his energy field. The fifth mental shift is a strong desire to connect with nature. Starseeds often feel a deep connection to the earth and all living things. They may find solace and rejuvenation in spending time in nature, whether it's hiking in the mountains, swimming in the ocean, or simply sitting under a tree. This connection to nature isn't just a superficial appreciation of beauty. It's a profound sense of belonging and interconnectedness. You might feel a strong urge to protect the environment, to advocate for animal rights, or to live in a more sustainable way. You might also find that spending time in nature helps you to ground your energy, clear your mind, and connect with your intuition. Lisa, a starseed who lived in a city, described her experience. I always felt a longing for nature, even when I was surrounded by concrete and steel. As I awakened, that longing became even stronger. I started taking weekend trips to the mountains, and I felt like I was finally coming home. I realized that nature was my sanctuary, my teacher, and my healer. Lisa eventually moved to a rural area and started a permaculture farm where she could live in harmony with nature and share her knowledge with others. The sixth shift is experiencing vivid dreams and heightened psychic abilities. As the veil thins during the starseed awakening, dreams often become more symbolic, prophetic, and lucid. You might find yourself visiting other planets, communicating with spirit guides, or receiving important messages in your dreams. Similarly, psychic abilities such as clairvoyance seeing, clairaudience hearing, clairsentience feeling, and claircognizance knowing may become more pronounced. These abilities aren't necessarily new. They may have been dormant within you, waiting to be awakened. Sarah, a starseed who had always dismissed psychic phenomena, shared her experience. I never believed in psychic abilities, but as I awakened, I started having experiences that I couldn't deny. I started seeing orbs of light, hearing voices in my head, and knowing things before they happen. It was scary at first, but I learned to trust my intuition and to use my abilities for good. Sarah now works as a psychic medium, helping others to connect with their loved ones who have passed on. The seventh, and perhaps most profound, mental shift is a deep sense of purpose and mission. Starseeds often feel a strong calling to make a positive difference in the world, to help humanity awaken, and to contribute to the evolution of consciousness. This sense of purpose may not be immediately clear, but it will gradually unfold as you continue on your awakening journey. You might feel drawn to work in a helping profession, to become an activist, to create art, or to simply live your life in a more conscious and authentic way. The specific form that your mission takes will depend on your unique gifts, talents, and experiences. Michael, a starseed who had struggled with addiction and depression, shared his experience. "I used to feel lost and directionless, like I didn't have anything to offer the world. But as I awakened, I realized that my struggles had given me a unique perspective and a deep compassion for others who were suffering. I realized that my mission was to help others heal from their trauma and find their own inner strength." Michael became a certified trauma therapist and now works with veterans and other individuals who have experienced traumatic events. The connection between quantum physics and consciousness is a topic of ongoing debate and exploration. While there's no universally accepted scientific theory, there are several intriguing ideas that suggest a possible relationship. One prominent idea is the role of observation in quantum mechanics. The Copenhagen interpretation, a dominant view in quantum physics, suggests that the act of observing a quantum system forces it to collapse from a state of superposition existing in multiple states simultaneously into a single, definite state. Some scientists and philosophers interpret this to mean that consciousness plays a role in shaping reality at the quantum level. However, this interpretation is controversial, and many physicists argue that observation simply refers to any interaction with the environment, not necessarily conscious observation. Another area of interest is quantum entanglement, where two or more particles become linked in such a way that they share the same fate, no matter how far apart they are. Changes to one particle instantaneously affect the other, seemingly defying the limitations of space and time. Some researchers propose that entanglement could be a mechanism for non-local consciousness, suggesting that consciousness is not confined to the brain but can extend beyond it. For example, the global workspace theory suggests that consciousness arises from a global broadcast of information across the brain, and some speculate that quantum entanglement could facilitate this broadcast. The Orca-OR theory, proposed by physicist Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff, suggests that consciousness arises from quantum computations within microtubules, structures found inside brain neurons. They argue that these quantum processes are sensitive to external influences and could be influenced by non-local phenomena. However, it's important to acknowledge the limitations of our current understanding. The connection between quantum physics and consciousness is still largely speculative, and there's a lack of direct experimental evidence to support many of these theories. Critics argue that these ideas often involve misinterpretations or oversimplifications of quantum mechanics. They point out that quantum effects are typically observed at the microscopic level and may not be relevant to the macroscopic processes that occur in the brain. Furthermore, correlation does not equal causation. Even if a correlation between quantum phenomena and consciousness were to be established, it wouldn't necessarily prove that one causes the other. It's possible that both phenomena are influenced by a third, unknown factor. Therefore, while it's exciting to explore the potential connections between quantum physics and consciousness, it's crucial to approach these ideas with a healthy dose of skepticism and to rely on rigorous scientific methodology. The Starseed concept and the exploration of consciousness have significant cultural and technological implications in our contemporary world. In popular culture, the Starseed narrative provides a framework for understanding feelings of alienation, purpose, and connection to something larger than oneself. It resonates with individuals who feel like they don't quite fit into mainstream society and who are searching for meaning and belonging. The concept has also found its way into various forms of art, music, and literature, reflecting a growing interest in spirituality, metaphysics, and the exploration of consciousness. Technologically, the exploration of consciousness is driving advancements in fields such as artificial intelligence and brain-computer interfaces. Researchers are attempting to create AI systems that can mimic human consciousness, while others are developing technologies that can allow us to directly interface with the brain. These advancements raise profound ethical questions about the nature of consciousness, the rights of AI systems, and the potential for misuse of these technologies. Emerging trends in the study of consciousness include a greater emphasis on interdisciplinary collaboration between scientists, philosophers, and spiritual practitioners. Researchers are increasingly recognizing the need to integrate different perspectives and methodologies in order to gain a more complete understanding of consciousness. There's also a growing interest in exploring altered states of consciousness through practices like meditation, psychedelics, and sensory deprivation. These practices can provide valuable insights into the nature of consciousness and its relationship to the brain. The study of near-death experiences (NDEs) is another area of growing interest, as these experiences often involve profound alterations in consciousness and perceptions of reality. NDE research is challenging conventional scientific models of consciousness and raising questions about the possibility of consciousness existing independently of the brain. The Starseed Awakening is a journey of self-discovery, healing, and transformation. It's a process of remembering who you truly are and why you're here on Earth. It's a path that requires courage, compassion, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. As you navigate this journey, remember that you are not alone. There are countless other starseeds who are also awakening and who are ready to connect with you. Trust your intuition, follow your heart, and allow yourself to be guided by the universe. What aspects of this resonated most deeply with you? What questions do you still have about your own spiritual journey? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If you enjoyed this exploration of the Starseed Awakening and its connection to consciousness, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on spirituality, metaphysics, and personal growth. Hit the like button to show your support and help us reach more people who are seeking clarity and purpose on their own unique paths. And don't forget to share this video with anyone who you think might benefit from it. Together, we can create a more conscious and compassionate world.